Well, hello, hola amigos, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been very long since I did a real-time video. Actually, I did once, but first let me ask, how are you guys? How are you? Como ça va? J'espère que vous allez bien. I just hope you all are doing very good. I took a break from making videos for a long time, but I really missed it. I even tried once, but it never really passed my own test, so it never got to go on YouTube. A lot has happened obviously over this long period break that I took from creating videos, not exactly from YouTube because I was still uploading. So I do have a lot to update you guys on. After arriving in Delhi, as I told you, I have been very vocal about this on Instagram that I had a medical emergency, and thank God it happened after I arrived in Delhi, after I arrived in India. If it had happened even a few days before, then the scenario would have been totally chaotic and different. So I'm very grateful that it happened here, but I'm not really grateful that it happened. Mais ça va, it's c'est la vie, it happens, these things like that, they happen. And I took some time to recover, and physically I recovered actually, but there was a lot going on mentally. I had a little heartbreak kind of situation. I think when you start to reach your 30s, no, I'm 29 by the way right now. So when you start to reach your 30s, you tend to lose a lot of people because you change, the other person changes, and then you part ways. And no matter how painful or hard that can be, but people outgrow people. Like I have outgrown my wall. If you remember how it was earlier, you do know it's a different scenario altogether. So that brings us to the first update, that is my wall. I'm very happy and proud of this color. Finally, something which resembles my personality at the moment. Although I would like to tweak a little something here and there, but I'm like, okay, I'll not do any kalakari on this one. And my parents are more than happy कि अच्छा ठीक है इसने बख्श दिया इस कमरे को. But I really finally feel like my office room is this. So once I posted the story that I tore down that wallpaper, और उसके बाद क्या वाहियात हालत हो गई थी इस wall की, you have no idea. And the moment I uploaded that on Instagram, people were like, oh, we feel so emotional. If you want to do some experiment in your room or any place, just never use a thermocol wallpaper. I made a terrible mistake. Although my dad was saying कि ऐसे मत कर, दीवार सारी खराब हो जाएगी. I was like, पापा करने दो ना, let me do it. And he let me do it, and I made a blunder out of this wall. But now it looks super beautiful. Look at this. So pretty with my little baby hanging there. Alright, so ये थी दीवार की update. And actually I wanted to paint on my own, and I also got the paint, the brush, the roller, everything. So I started on my own, and then when I figured that this is next level difficult, I need help, so we got a painter, professionally सब कुछ कराया. And yeah, one more thing which is happening, and I'm very excited each morning for this because it's like a everyday process. I'm doing composting. I've recently started, and I'm like कि ये चीज़ स्कूल में क्यों नहीं सिखाई किसी को भी, और इसकी इम्पोर्टेंस क्यों नहीं बताई जाती कभी भी. So अब हमारे घर से सिर्फ ड्राई कूड़ा ही जाता है, लाइक द प्लास्टिक एंड ऑल, क्योंकि नो मैटर व्हाट कितनी कोशिश कर लो इंडियन घरों में प्लास्टिक ना लाना इज अ चैलेंज. सो वी आर स्टिल वर्किंग ऑन दैट, बट composting has been started and it's going very good so far. So I've made 3 compost bins. One was the first one since I was trying out, so I didn't want to invest in any compost bin as such. So I made a DIY compost bin by puking holes through a pechkas, और वो हाथ से घुमा के मैंने किया. That was quite challenging, I have to say, but it was fun because दिमाग को कुछ ना कुछ चाहिए होता है to do some things like this in the break. So this was like one of my passion project that I started. So I puked hole in that paint वाली बाल्टी. That was a deluxe बाल्टी, deluxe, I don't know how to say that anymore. And जब वो बाल्टी पूरी भर गई थी तो वो compost half हो गया because when the worms eat the food, so उससे आधी ही compost बनती है, and it was almost made. And then I did a blunder. Whosoever compost or have even the basic knowledge of composting, you guys do know that there is a little compost tea which starts to produce after 5 to 6 days. A little liquid kind of thing starts to come out of those containers, in my case the balti. So I had a little tub underneath, so I used to clean that tub every now and then, and I used to collect that compost tea, the basic liquid, in a bottle. And then I learned about it that this can act like a fertilizer, and I started pouring in all of my plants. But that is actually a little harsh for the plant, so you better dilute that compost tea and then you can use it. But after a while I had so much compost tea, I put the compost tea back in the compost, and from there my compost went, I think it's a little weird from there. So I had a lot of liquid in my compost, so then I started adding more brown element, because composting is basically a mixture of green elements, which is the kitchen waste, and a mixture of brown elements, which can be mitti, any kind of mitti, cocoa peat, cardboard. So I started to add more brown elements so that वो पानी absorb कर ले. So I'm still experimenting कि वो ठीक हो जाए, वरना मेरी बैंड बज जाएगी. So ये रहा first bin, इसको मैंने मिट्टी, सूखे पत्ते इनसे कवर कर दिया है, काफ़ी हद तक पानी absorb हो गया है. And this is the third bin with a tap, and this I'm going to add. Spread it evenly, nicely, for the worms to have a party, cocktail party. Second compost bin is also okay, so I'm not adding any more compost in those first two bins. For the third one, I thought I'll invest in a proper compost bin with a tap, and you know, there is no lifting the bin and then emptying the compost tea, so that was going to be a little hard. So I invested in a proper compost bin, and it's been magical, hassle free, smell free, no makhi, nothing whatsoever. So I think I should have done this before, but sawa, hum galtiyon se hi seekhte hain. So that compost bin is working just fine, and I keep on adding, and I'm planning to add, I think 3-4 more days, and then I'll stop adding, and then I'll just let the compost be, और वो half हो जाएगा, then I'll start adding more. Now it's all covered with cardboard, जो भी online shopping से कुछ आ जाते हैं parcels वगैरह के, तो वो सब फाड़ के सब dump कर देने का, और इससे brown वाला matter रहता है, इससे कोई smell नहीं आती. Now let me just take out the compost tea bottle. कहाँ गई ये? नहीं होएगी, आप करो. But I really want to harvest the compost this time so that I start afresh. So yeah, so that's the compost update. I'm not really sure कि इस part में किस को actual में interest आता है. तुम बिना चले ही ठीक थे, हमारे सिर पे हवा मार रहे हो. So that was the compost update, and then I also have a career update. I gave my Dalf C1 attempt, and I passed with flying colors, and I made a reel out of it, and everybody tried to enjoy it. I personally enjoyed making it because I was like, मैंने इतने सारे French के levels करे हैं, and I never really, you know, shared that on Instagram ever. Never took a picture, nothing like that. And that day I made a decision, जब मैं अपना certificate लेने जाऊँगी, the diploma, so I'll go to a cafe, enjoy myself, take a little, you know, break. बहुत लंबा था भाई साहब, इतना लंबा एग्ज़ाम, दिमाग पे तोड़ उड़ गया. मुझे तो लग रहा है मैं घर जाके 1-2 घंटे पढ़ी रहूँगी, दिमाग ऐसा फटने को हो रहा है. The longest exam I've ever attempted. I was wishing for good result, hoping for good result. भाई साहब, comprehension एक गरीब was very tricky, I would say, easy to understand the questions. And अभी recently एक cafe खुला avocado, so I went there. It was actually very fun. Everything avocado. Most of the things you can find, most of the dishes you can find with avocado, and it was amazing. I liked it. Only thing I used to do was, whenever I used to go by car, I used to listen to the radio every day, every single day. That is how I just managed. So the level was actually very different. Formatting was very different. I did not practice writing at all. बाकी चीज़ें still on and off practice होती गई. So I would suggest कि whenever you enroll yourself, be 100% dedicated कि भैया थोड़ा सा prepare करना है format वगैरह में. I planned, but situation was like this कि मैं बिल्कुल भी बिल्कुल भी prepare नहीं कर पाई. But I'm glad I finally did the C1 level, which was long due actually. Coming to a little छोटे मोटे updates. Recently a friend of mine got road-fied. सबकी उम्र चल रही है, बच्चे भी हो गए, सब कुछ हो गया. I got my nail extensions for the first time. और फर्स्ट डे जब मैं करा के आई थी, मेरे पापा ने बहुत मजाक उड़ाया था, बिकॉज आई वॉज नॉट यूज टू दीज एक्सटेंशंस. ऑल्दो द लेंथ इज ऑलमोस्ट द सेम एज माई नेचुरल नेल लेंथ, बट स्टिल it takes some getting used to. No, that's the word. Yes, I found it. It takes some getting used to. So शूज़ पहनना और छोटे मोटे लाइक कद्दूकस करना है, मेक अ स्मूदी एवरी डे. सो उन सब छोटी छोटी चीज़ों में मुझे प्रॉब्लम आ रही थी. तो माई डैड वॉज लाइक ही हैज़ वेरी छोटू से नेल्स और देन ही वॉज लाइक मैं पैसे लगा के करा के आया हूँ, तो बार बार आके ना मेरे सामने ऐसे ऐसे घूम रहे थे. सो दैट वॉज क्वाइट फनी. आई डोंट नो व्हाई दिस हैपेंस whenever something how to say important, when you want to feel dressed and presentable, I do something weird. मतलब I had no idea that my friend is going to get roca-fied, so I went and chopped my hair off और मैंने छोटी सी लेंथ करा ली because I was like कि जितने brown बाल हैं let them go so that new can come. I have been in that season like let go of the old so that you make space for the new. So I was just doing that and I prefer to have my long hair. ये छोटी सी life update है. So and same thing I did with my nails. I chopped them off. I was like man, तो मैंने जाके nail extensions भी try कर ली. पूरा 1 घंटा लगा. It's actually जब कोई काम करना ना हो ना जिंदगी में go for nail extensions because you barely can do anything after that. So yeah, that's about that. And proper plaster करते हैं यार. It's like it's a very, if you have gone for nail extension, you do know what I am saying. So that was my first time going for nail extensions in my 29 years of life on this planet Earth. And now the cutest update. My bhai, he recently became a dad. So I have a little niece. वो actually आए भी थे for some time, but I did not really shoot anything. I took some pictures here and there, but I did not really shoot. That was the time I was taking break from creating videos also. And सिर्फ भाई पापा नहीं बना है. Actually, if you remember Kalu, he's also a dad, and he recently shared that news in a very beautiful way. Actually, he was trying to send me something since 3 months, a postcard or something like that. And if I have any specification in the address or something like that. So 2-3 महीने he tried, I guess. Il a essayé, mais je pense le courriel était perdu au milieu. Je ne sais pas. On ne sait pas. So finally, I asked him, okay, can you please share now or send me a picture of what the thing is that you are trying to send. Then he sent me a picture. I'll insert it here. It was the cutest message ever en français. So I am actually je suis comment on dit, oui, je suis devenue tati. I'm a masi or bua, whatever you want to call it. So Kalu is also a dad. He also is blessed with a baby girl. So yeah, basically I now have 2 nieces. And one of them I'm going to meet very soon, and you'll be seeing those vlogs very soon. And this was just a live update. I just hope you like it. Okay, let me just tell you how he broke that news out to me. At around 10 PM, क्योंकि वही शाम का टाइम होता है फ्रांस में, he was like, okay Bhavna, I'll share something at 10 PM sharp Indian time. Please सोना नहीं, because normally मेरे को कभी भी नींद आ जाती है and then I can sleep like a drunk man. So I was like ठीक है कालू, I'm up, जो भी तुझे भेजना है जल्दी भेज. तो he video called and then कुछ connection problem आई. He just made sure that I'm up. तो मैं उठी हुई थी. Then around 10:15 or so, he sent me this little note saying कि I have prepared something with avec L. I was like, who's L? Because I have one friend Lucia, but I could not really imagine that he and Lucia will team up and do something like that. I couldn't really imagine that they'll do something together and then try to make it a surprise. So it was little different, c'était un peu bizarre à croire. So I was like, okay, let's see who is L. And then there is a new human in his life, Lucy. And she's super cute, super duper cute. और वो इसके साथ इतनी मस्ती करता है. I can only imagine how happy he must have been because he is a little kid only. उसके साथ जब भी मैं मिली हूँ, he laughs like a baby. He does plenty of things like a baby. So yeah, that's about it for the update vlog, and you'll be seeing more fun vlogs. I'm very much into shorts these days. I don't know if you watch it or not, but just check it out. I don't know how to even link that, so I'm still learning and exploring. But I make short videos also. Sometimes I upload on Instagram as well, but otherwise it's very YouTube oriented and I love making them. I just hope you give them a try. Leave a pyar bhara comment on that note, and I'll see you in the next one. Till then, you know what to do. Dream, hustle and explore. Bye bye. So fun to be back.